Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Thursday night in the Riverbend, another Riverbend Talent brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Forst of the Stubblefield Band, of the Macias Insurance, of whoever he wants us to talk about, that's for sure. Hey, reminder, Rock the Hops is coming up on August 9th. They're looking for venues, artists. So if you want to get in on Rock the Hops, rockthehopsalton.com. Also, Bubby and Sissies is looking for bands this year, and they're looking to book June and July and the rest of May. And you can sign up that way too, Bubby and Sissies at gmail.com. Tonight, Sea Shanty Sing-Along already underway down at Morrison's Irish Pub. Is Everhart and Light going to play tonight?
We are not playing tonight.
We are not playing tonight.
We are resuming our every Thursday house band, Everhart and Light House Band, at Chez Marilyn's in June.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, we'll catch up on that in a little bit. Open mic night at the Conservatory tonight. Money shot at Fast Eddie's from 6 to 10. Drew Lance at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville. Butch Moore, 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Matt Heaton at the Backstage Bar and Patio in Edwardsville at 9 o'clock. Pete Kreshock at the Tegans in Granite City from 6 to 9 for steak night. Hopefully they get a free steak. Kickstart at 2 o'clock in Toxic Johnny from 6 to 10 at the Hog Pit in Grafton, where they got Bike Week going on this weekend. Steve and Dustin at Grafton Pub from 6 to 10 tonight. City Heat out of Prairie Inn at Dorsey until 8:30. And the Nazareth show was canceled, but the Colton Coy Band was supposed to open up for Nazareth tonight. But, it's kind of like Black Oak, Arkansas. Maybe they show up, maybe they don't, right? Phil is in Appleton, Wisconsin tonight, Big Ben.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a bit of a drive. I'll be heading up to Appleton, Wisconsin. It's one of the biggest music festivals for original music that this country has is in Appleton,
Wisconsin. I forgot to
Wisconsin.
mention, last week they sold out a show in Chicago.
Phil did?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good for them, man. Those guys.
The band, Phil.
Yeah, that's what that's what I thought we were talking about. I don't know. No, good for them, man. They're out there killing it, man.
Yeah.
So nice to have some local boys making it out on the road there. Sorry to hear about the Nazareth thing, though,
Yeah, Colton Coy was scheduled to open. They said Nazareth canceled, so they got another gig coming up, opening for someone else, and I can't think of who it is right now.
Wow.
But another one we've heard of. I just can't think of it.
April Wine, let's say.
No, not April Wine. We could go through a list and probably miss. A little older than April Wine, though, from what I remember.
All right, well, So, like,
you don't want to
January
get a hold
wine?
You don't want to get it. Well, maybe you do want to get a hold of some old April wine.
I would love to get it. I got some old April wine on vinyl, man. Love her. No, it's Nazareth. Sorry.
F-U-C-K?
Nature of the Beast? Nah, F-U-C-K.
I always loved that title.
Don't say that. It's a family show.
I said F-U-C-K.
I heard. It was just, I heard it wrong is what I heard.
You ever see that Kmart advertisement where you can ship your pants?
Hey,
You can ship them.
I do all the time. Somebody shipped my pants. I don't know who.
One lady
They're like
shipped her
corn.
drawers in that commercial. That's a classic commercial.
F-U-C-K. Oh my gosh. My mom actually, she didn't put up with no cussing when I grew up. You couldn't cuss. But she would spell them. Like it's a loophole. Like God can't spell. Like he's up there going, what did she say? What is that? Navajo? Yeah. I don't. I mean, she didn't spell like a sailor or anything. She wasn't bad, but yeah.
I was saying ship.
Ship?
Like pirate.
Oh, see, again, I hear it wrong.
It was Kmart, not my fault.
You know what? I was a big Kmart fan.
I bet you were.
I was, man. They had all the Star Wars figures, but they wasn't like KB Toy and Hobby where they were in the fancy packaging for $3. You get them for 99 cents just in some cellophane. And I couldn't really afford the KB Hobby stuff, so
I remember seeing you sneak behind the counter and refill your icy or whatever them things were called, Slurpees or whatever they were called.
Well, that was free refills. The whole 70s was all free refills.
Don't think it was free just for you.
I don't know. free if I wanted to be.
Hey, we got a show tonight, don't we?
No, we're
No?
off.
Okay.
We get to do whatever we want.
I thought that was next week.
No, we do have a show, and it's another beautiful Thursday night. And as you've already said, plenty going on in the area on this Thursday evening. And usually, one of those things would be Everhart and Light as the house band down at the Chez Marilyn, which has recently reopened after a little hiatus, we'll say. However, Lisa Everhart will not be at Chez Marilyn because she's sitting right here. She's sitting right here looking at me, so I can guarantee she's not there. How you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing great.
Doing good? Oh, yeah? So
Actually, Everhart and Light, neither one. No, there's no live music at Chez Marilyn's tonight.
And that is because you're here, obviously.
Yes, and we've just been trying to play a little catching up with calendar and getting things in order and our plan of action, whatnot. So we will resume the every Thursday house band Everhart and Light over at Chez Marilyn's every Thursday in June, alongside on Friday nights the original singer-songwriter showcase.
Nice, yeah. And this has been happening for about a month now, I guess.
I would say about a month.
Yeah, been going on for about a month.
Maybe a little bit longer, give or take.
Yeah. I know our buddy Matt Tall played down there. I heard it was a big smash.
Liver Jones and
Liver
the Flatworms.
Jones, I heard that was a big smash too.
It was the best opening of a event you could ever wish for. It was so good.
Yeah.
I think they're doing the night market this year, if I remember correctly.
They should be. They absolutely. And the night market, moving right down there in the field between Cat Daddy's and Chez Marilyn. So, new home for the night market this summer. Looking forward to that
Yeah, and
one.
I think that we're going to be hosting, Everhart and Light will be hosting over at Chez Marilyn's an after party of that in June on Thursday nights.
Well, that only makes sense.
Yes.
That makes nothing but good sense.
I'm sure they'll have drink specials. Yes.
You know, back in my day, we had dime drinks, ladies' night, dime cocktails. Talk to the girls, get them to buy your drinks, because, you know.
If anybody makes it down to Chez, the chef, he's a culinary educated chef, and let me tell you what, he slays that kitchen.
Oh,
He's
okay.
good. Like Gordon Ramsay needs to come and say hi, and he will say hi, and they need to talk.
We've been vying for all the bands that normally get drinks when they play. To like, if they play a steakhouse, they should get a steak.
Yeah.
I mean, they give out a steak for the occasional few special people.
I think you're
Like
one of
you.
the special people, probably. I think that's what
I've
she's
been
hinting
called
at.
special before.
Yeah.
I mean, by the authorities mainly, but either way.
That's because you were licking a window.
I was allegedly licking a window.
Actually,
It's not been proven.
Even though the Everhart and Light Band isn't playing until June again on Thursday nights, I've still been having the singer-songwriter showcase. Okay, so tomorrow night we are showcasing singer-songwriter Sarah Shemake, and she's sitting right here next to me. Say hi.
Triple S in the house.
Triple S, Sarah Springman Shemake.
She'll be she'll be at Chez Marilyn tomorrow, and we will feature her as local singer-songwriter, and she will play some of her own originals.
I'm pulling some stuff way back. I'm pulling stuff off the Dead to Roses album.
There you go.
And,
She's going to give you a whole compilation.
you know, I haven't played some of those songs for a while, and oh my gosh, it was fun. We were a good band.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
And then that'll be the first set. Second set, the house band will jump in, but we expect Sarah not to take the night off yet, and she can sit in with us.
Oh, sweet.
Because we've got originals that we've written with her, and that'll be an excellent opportunity to showcase them.
Yeah, absolutely. So the just to any musician who might be hearing it, if they're a singer-songwriter wants to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you to be a part of it?
Primarily Facebook. Find us on Everhart and Light, EV like Victor, ERHART, and Light like the light bulb, Everhart and Light. Or and contact us there, and we'll get it going. We'll talk to you.
Excellent. There you go. So
Or they can just show up down there and meet
They
you.
can show up down there and bring your instrument in case we want to hear a couple tunes.
There you go.
so there you go. Just show up to Chez Marilyn on a Friday or check them out.
If you want to come check it out. Come for dinner. Their dinner is
is excellent.
I promise.
I have heard
promise.
there are rumors
There are
that there
rumors.
is a culinary expert. Now, the rumor just started a few minutes ago, like 2 seconds ago when you said it. But we're going to spread this rumor.
And there are many people that you do until you go there and try it. You don't know for yourself.
Yeah.
So go there and try it. Let me know what you think.
Absolutely.
And also let him know. Let the guy in the kitchen know, because
We'll call him the chef.
Okay, we'll do that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're doing great, man. Here,
Good plan. Good plan.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the nicest thing I could call.
No,
him.
that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting here thinking, but it's like I'm trying to get and so Lauren Waters will be there the next Friday.
Okay, we
on the
got
30th.
Sarah Shemake next
Tomorrow.
Sarah Springman Shemake
Tomorrow.
Shemake, Triple S on the event tomorrow, and then Lauren
Waters
Lauren
next
Waters the following
Friday, 8:00.
Nice.
And she's I'll tell you what, if you haven't heard Lauren Waters, make it a date night. Go have dinner and enjoy the tunes.
I tried, but Lauren just wouldn't go out with me. I said, "Hey, Lauren, let's make it a date night." She said, "Absolutely not."
And then just real quick, in case I don't get a chance to say, in June, we only have one Friday open. So if anybody's original, we're even showcasing original bands, like
Liver Jones. and the
Liver
Fam-
Jones.
Yeah.
And they were a perfect example of it. It's all original music with the full band. Well, that's what I had with Yield on Blue, and you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And that's what and then with our Everhart Light, of course, we do the covers because you got to pay the studio.
Right. You got to pay the bills.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And you have to be well versed. You have to.
Right.
So in June, we have Agents of the Free on June 6th, Aaron Joe on June 20th, and Mila on June 27th.
Hey, speaking of the Dead Roses, or the Red
Right.
Doses, whatever you want to.
So it's like the rest of the Dead Roses right there. We do have what's that, June 6th, in between that and the 20th? Is it like that Friday in between them? You know, the 13th.
All right.
Well, Friday the 13th is open for anybody brave enough to play on that date.
I'd get Freddy Krueger.
Torchlight Parade.
They'd be perfect.
Hey, if I don't book it, then I'll just make it a Lisa Everhart Light, Paul Light, and we'll play our originals, and we'll break it down to just he and I on guitars, or
There
he
you
on
go.
guitar
Do
and
your
me on
originals.
piano. But then, but what I love to do is then we have so many people that we've worked with, so there's bound to be somebody in the room that has worked with us. We want to, we always end up making a big band out of it all.
Right.
So
I like it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Halloween, man, you could pick all kinds of good spooky songs,
and we
right?
could do a costume party or something.
There you go.
We talked to a lot of original bands on here, and we are sending them your way.
Thank you.
Every one of them. So
Thank you.
You're gonna have the whole year filled out.
Well, but I do. I want to be specific here, though. It is a showcase of the singer-songwriter. So, like she's going to play tomorrow with her instrument, with her guitar, and the Nashville stand-up singer-songwriter way.
Right.
Through the years, though, and I was always the not the popular one. I was always a songwriter, but I always put a band around it.
Sure.
And I was a minority of it then, but now it's like there are many out there talented young people. So come and see me, and let's have you come down and play at Chez and spread the local original music vibe.
And just again, more information for anybody who's listening, going, "Ooh, I got some songs." It starts at 8 p.m. Is your normal kickoff time for these Friday night.
Right now, the schedule, and it's a give or take thing. We're pretty relaxed, and we don't set in stone. We don't say, "Here's how it's got to be," because then you're putting restraints where not needed.
Okay.
But here's what it is.
Right.
In a whatever shell. What kind of shell?
Nutshell.
Nutshell.
A magic shell.
A magic show.
Here's what ideally it's going to be: a singer-songwriter starting in June.
Yeah.
This way, for 15 minutes before the featured band, original band. then we'll have the singer-songwriter there, and then in between, after that set, and then the house band will come on. The house band will come on with originals and covers.
Oh, okay, so let's go through it again. You got a singer-songwriter comes on.
In 15 minutes before 8 o'clock
And
show.
just like you say, Nashville style.
Yes.
And then a featured band.
Yes.
Which will also be original music,
Yes,
but
but
just
it-
more
but-
like a full band.
Exactly.
And
Or
then-
it could be a singer-songwriter. It
Okay,
depends
right.
on how strong their set is.
And then after the band, the house band comes on, or another singer-songwriter.
After the featured songwriter, there'll be another 15-minute. It'll be the same singer-songwriter come on
Gotcha.
again.
Little donut action.
Yes, and then the Everhart and Light will come on, and we'll
And
highlight
fill it
our
out.
originals, and we'll play some covers and dance the night away.
Excellent. Okay, there you go. And that's kind of what I was wondering right there. Is like how the night would flow.
That's the image.
Right. Okay. So it's not so much a set in time, set in stone type time, but you
it's sort of
definitely
like
got a way to flow.
The show starts at 8. Put it that way.
Okay.
8 to 10. 8 to
There you
10.
go.
You got a show.
There you go. But, well, and part of the reason I'm bringing it up is there are people who write songs that they got 5 songs, and that's all they got. So they're like,
We
well,
can work with
I
that.
can only do so much, you know. And other people are like, well, I got 5 songs, but I can make it last 8 hours. You know.
That's well. I'm not looking for an 8-hour. Anyway,
You shouldn't have asked us then. That was your fault.
It's now 1 a.m. and the first song is
Right.
still
right. And
That's another
7
chorus
people left.
and a bridge.
It's not your fault. No, that's why we're very open to. I don't want to tighten down the reins of the schedule until
Right.
this is something that, I let it evolve.
Yes. Let it evolve naturally and see where it goes.
When somebody comes in with like, here's what they do. If they're that talented, we'll make it work. We'll make a whole night of it, 8 to 10. I mean, bring us some talent, and we'll put you on there.
All right. Well, I'm talentless. Like I had some earlier, it fell out
Paul
of my
said you
pockets.
play keyboards. Paul said you play keyboards.
You don't
That's
really play
gotta
them.
be a lie.
You just kind of.
I
bangs
own a
on 'em.
keyboard. I own lots of instruments. I'm a collector of instruments, we'll call it.
He likes to have a band with him, so they drowned him out.
See, I learned a long time ago, kind of like what you're saying. If I got a room full of people who know how to play, nobody notices out that I can't. They're all, they're just like, wow, you guys sound good. I'm like, thank
Bands
you.
are great to cover mistakes, especially a full drum kit. That's the best.
Let's lean you in there a little bit more. It's all right.
Am I close enough?
Oh,
Can
yeah,
you hear me
yeah.
now?
Oh, now
I
you're
can,
close.
I can hear you so good
now.
now.
Oh,
no, it's
shy.
perfect.
Oh, and you were holding that in your hand, our EP that we sort of released, but not like.
Well, we came and talked to you guys
We did.
about it right when we did the first 2 songs.
We sort of
And-
did like a soft release of it, put it that way.
yeah, and the other 2 songs weren't recorded yet. And how many musicians did you use? Like 20?
Well, there's 4 songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a rhythm section for 2 of them, and then another one for the other 2.
Gotcha. Okay. So now I remember you were when you came in a while back, you were doing an album with just tons of musicians flowing through. But that is that.
Well, they weren't flowing through. They were like
Yeah. You set up different.
Well, we were still at that point. We were still
working
setting
it out.
up and figuring out
Yeah.
who was
Gotcha.
what. But that's who
So
But
was
yeah,
there you
on
that's
there.
and all
So
their
there
names
it
are on the
is.
back. You can see who all from Alton and their surrounding areas.
One of my favorite
who made
things
it on that
about this
CD.
EP is that my husband Paul played bass on it. He's originally a bassist and not a guitarist.
We seen him on
Oh.
Star Search with the wave.
But he played right, and he bought his outfit from the merry-go-round. They wore the half shirts.
Right.
That is an
shoes.
excellent show, and that episode was gold.
Didn't he jump off that thing and do like the splits in the air? That's what I recall.
There was lots of
all I saw.
choreographed dancing while
Yeah.
they were playing, and outfits. They had on outfits that were
You
70s
have to hand
cool.
it to him.
And
I do. I mean,
Nice.
they danced while they played their instruments.
Something
so.
about kicks too.
Yes, he did a kick. He did the high kick.
Oh, that's right. He did.
David Lee Ross stole that move from him years later.
Jim Dandy stole it from.
Jim Dandy stole a lot. Let me tell you.
If he still had those outfits, they'd be vintage and worth money. But I haven't seen them. I haven't seen those outfits.
Well,
Well, it's kind of like disco. Some of those uniforms disappeared.
and not all the Kiss ones. Gene Simmons has them all. So all I want to say is about the outfits is those were not half shirts. I have one that fit me perfectly. No.
It was a half shirt for merry-go-round.
Crop top. Oh, from here.
I sleep in it because it's so long. What are you talking about?
Oh man. This the EP.
Yes.
Lisa Everhart and Butterfly. Oh, here we go. Taking it over to.
It's showcasing me as a songwriter. Sarah is doing the lead vocals on it, so she's my voice on
And
it.
Grant
But
Pagano did one lead as well.
and Grant Pagano. Oh, yeah.
I don't know him.
You know him as
I'm just
Stewie,
saying,
right?
like,
No, that guy owes me
I had
money.
the best of the best to line this up with me, and then she also co-wrote songs with me on here too.
Nice.
So I think there's a couple, at least a
Collaborations.
couple that we co-wrote.
Oh yeah, totally. And just all the different musicians. I mean, Mikey Lowenstein was there for a while. Aaron McCoy, he came in and did a couple songs. Michael Johnson. Yeah, it was.
My husband Paul Light.
Of course, and you, obviously. and me.
Don't worry about
You
it.
and me.
Lisa actually didn't make it on the album. She put it all together.
They call me Late Lisa. I showed up. The session was over.
Right. You guys all finished? Oh wow.
Got her done.
And did you?
Put your name on it.
Where'd you record that album?
We saw Horace Studios.
Sawhorse.
It was an excellent experience, and what a neat studio right there in South St. Louis. I think Miles Vanderveer is down record, or does he engineer down there, or does he just record down there?
Who?
Miles Van.
I don't know him.
Okay. Well, he's actually the one that recorded and helped produce my second Yield on Blues CD.
Okay.
He was excellent to work with.
Nice,
I loved working
nice.
with him. Yeah.
And rounding up all those musicians to get them over there, not a problem, huh? Because rounding up musicians is not easy.
Musicians love to go to the studio. They
okay.
I mean, especially like Sawhorse. That is a magical little studio
But
over there.
It took a lot of rehearsals to build. It has to be somebody that really wants it to like. You put a lot of your own time into it.
yeah,
It
because
wasn't
you don't want to
like-
go in there and like just mess around. You want to get the stuff done. And,
Right, it costs.
Yeah, it costs.
Boots cost
Yeah,
money.
Exactly.
What I love about the EP is the musicians out there are dedicated. They came every couple, whenever we ever heard, they learned all this,
Right.
and then we did. I mean, it was a great experience, I think, for everybody. It was a. I love doing projects. That's like my fifth CD or fourth CD, fifth.
What goes way back from when you started, back in '95, Jeff Hunter Studio.
Jeff Hunter, I was just thinking about him. I was just gonna say, because you know why, and I'll prove it. We were talking about the half shirts.
Shirts,
Jeff
some of us.
Hunter gave me. I have in my closet at the far end of the little section of clothes you don't wear, but they're in your closet.
I don't know that actually.
He gave me one of those like it had like the red stripe and it was black and it was like silk, kind of with the. He looked like a superstar, like Superman in it. It's like a size.
Like a
he
suit?
gave me his like stage clothes. Yes, I have his like outfits he wore on stage.
Please start wearing those on Thursdays. That
I
would
wouldn't
great.
even if I quit eating for a year, I wouldn't be able to fit in them. He's so lean and he was lean and thin.
It was his studio where you seen Paul Light for the first time.
That is true, and Paul remembers it more than I do. I just remember him as a very tall person that walked by me.
And you didn't like him at first.
I hated him for 10 years. I thought he was a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I know it's funny how it all timing comes together. It's part of probably why we were able to, when we did start off on a different, like Cupid takes over kind of thing, that we have a 10-year history of at least knowing of each other through other people too. You know what I'm saying?
You've already seen the bad
It
side.
wasn't like an online request of, hey, you want to go meet?
Yeah.
Which I've never done, but I'm just saying.
Whatever. She's a swipe right girl. No,
I've always been married. It's true.
That was Benediction.
Benediction with
Right.
Jeff Hunter, and I learned the most. He's my mentor. I love Jeff Hunter. God rest his soul.
Mark Waters was in Benediction.
Mark Waters played on a few projects with me. He was on Benediction. He was on 3 CDs with me. Benediction, Yield on Blue 1, and Yield on Blue 2.
he won't even go on a date with me.
He probably would.
He's blushing.
I think I got his number too. Oh, I'm giddy.
That was probably
Yeah.
not to burst your bubble, but I did.
Yeah, that's all right. Huh?
Jeff Hunter taught me the ins and outs of orchestrations, MIDI. He helped me learn how to mix, how to and we spent hours, days. I was obsessed. We drank coffee with ice in it. Iced coffee was our drink until a certain time, and then it was. But
Then
It was a
Bart?
different
it was
drink.
anything Glenn, but it wasn't all the time because how could it be? You can't get that kind of work done.
Yeah.
If you partake too much.
But that was your thing, studio work.
Oh, it was.
You hadn't really played out live that much until later,
a little
right?
bit, just a little bit here and there. It really it wasn't until MW Productions, because it was the first Yield on Blue CD with my brother-in-law, Mark Brown, singing lead vocal. He sounds like a Backstreet Boy. He's excellent. We recorded it there, and that's when Jeff had Jim Myatt produce it, and then we played out down at guess where at the Lighthouse, or like everything kind of started coming together. And Scotty's, I think, is where we kind of showcased that band. Actually, wasn't that around the corner from
yeah,
there?
right around the corner
Right
from here.
down the hill.
What'd you say, Backstreet Boy? I mean,
And
Paul
Scotty's.
Light, he can do Backstreet Boys. Just saying, if you've ever seen The Wave,
I've seen a video of the Wave. I did not get to see him live. I
Do they wear half
wish.
shirts?
right? I don't know, but
So I learned a
probably
lot.
something shiny.
It was like a door opening into a world of music that I had not had before.
Right.
Because I was my Paul has his history and was on Star Search and whatnot, and was in the band since teenage years with John Mondin in the basement.
Right.
That John Francis ended up owning the house in a basement they practiced in, and I ended up. John Francis gave me the vintage hanging lantern, light, and it's in my room now.
Nice,
Isn't that
nice.
funny?
Wow.
How that all. And Paul's like, I practiced down there with John Mondin back in the day. It was
Mine didn't look so good under that light.
They had a
I don't think it
band.
was-
They had a band in 8th grade.
Yeah,
That's
right.
how far back
That's
John
how far back.
Mondine and Paul Light go.
I don't think that was the time that who was it that got electrocuted? One of them got electrocuted. They were barefoot in the basement, plug in. I don't know. Paul will tell you next time he's here.
Right.
Ask him. I don't know all of the details.
Zebulon Pike was the name of their 8th grade band. That was after ISIS with Jumpin' Johnny.
Oh, okay, I forgot about that. Now more known for terrorist organization type stuff.
No, we talked
branding's
about that
important.
when it was brought up last time. Before they were terrorists, it was an Egyptian god.
Right.
Yes.
And in between that was a band.
Jumpin' Johnny is also he's a good friend of ours and mine.
Yeah.
And musically, he, after my son passed away, I kind of took a hiatus I couldn't, it's hard to pick yourself up and go and, hey, let's practice for another project. Yeah, right. And then you sort of feel like you're down for the count. Well, I remember Paul, my great husband, he always pushed it, and I love him for that. And so he rounded up some guys, his old pals, and people he knew. And these are people I didn't really know. I think I had met John Scanlon in passing, whatnot, but he literally came over and said, "Get your ass up, we're playing music." And I responded to that. I was like, "Let's go." And that's what I needed. And and he has that little bit of that Jeff Hunter in him that way for me.
Sometimes we need a kick in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his psychedelic symphony has been down there for the original music showcase.
Yep, they've been playing Sundays, I think, every Sunday.
Yeah.
They've been playing a lot, yeah.
Yeah, a lot. And other what was it? Not
Cat Daddies and
well, the
yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh yeah, they played a Shea.
Yeah, nice.
I think they played at Bossa Nova too.
So I just want to bring up a point. The Wave Band went as the Action when they were on Star Search.
The Action.
I just like to bring that up.
There's a
There was another wave
So if you're
band.
looking for it,
Yeah, there
you
was
know.
another wave band already out in L.A., so Ed McMahon
Did you
couldn't
know
have
the
that.
Action had their promo picture taken at Olin Mills?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have it framed in my living room right now. It says Olin Mills down there.
I'd love to see this. Why you should have brought that
That is
in.
great.
I mean, we could have probably had 4 more conversations based around that
All
photo
right,
itself.
for sure.
You need to bring Paul in here just to talk about the past with people.
Yeah.
Like that's all you need to talk
He's
about.
got some great stories. I've
Have him
you
bring
know,
have him bring his guitar and sing one of his
Yeah.
new originals that he's written.
Yeah, we wanted him to come in and again because we had him. It's about 5 years ago when
Yeah,
he was
he's.
on.
Yeah.
Sorry, you got stuck with me.
And told me all these. Well, you can check the video out. It's still out there. We had Paul Light on. Talked about his Star Search and
Yeah.
Talk about it again.
talk
Make
ab-
him bring pictures.
Talked about Star Search and Ed McMahon. Talked about going into Olin Mills and getting his picture taken. See,
The
I was-
half shirts from Merry-Go-Round.
I was in a band that we did glamour shots for ours. It was the
They wore
80s.
makeup.
Everyone had
They
big
wore,
hair.
they wore makeup. They put eyeshadow on.
Yeah.
Eyeliner.
So did Kiss.
So did the Action.
all
So
the
did
bands did.
all the heavy metal bands in the 80s.
David
like
Bowie
Griffin.
did it before he played music. He
Was
just
Paul-
liked
was-
it.
What's the other band Paul was in? Griffin?
Right,
Yeah,
Griffin.
Griffin, yeah.
Griffin, yeah.
The story he told us last time that was really interesting was how he got to play Dwayne Allman's guitar. Because a guy who was in a band with, Joe Marshall, ended up with it because Joe Marshall introduced Dwayne to his future wife. And when Dwayne passed, they give him the guitar
Nice.
to hold on to until his daughter got old enough. And then Joe gave
That
it
just
to...
gave me chills.
Yeah, that's a really interesting story that Paul told last time he was on with
We
us.
actually played at his benefit concert. It was at Westport. Wasn't that for Joe Marshall?
I don't know.
I think it was.
He didn't tell
That
us
was actually
story.
Marshall Joe. He's the marshal
Maybe
of
it
that
was.
county.
Maybe that wasn't the one. Maybe no, that might have been somebody different. But we did. It was somewhere in St. Louis. It was like a Joe Marshall get together. But I think he was still with us then.
Yeah. See, you stopped me in my tracks because when you said we played his benefit, I was thinking of Dwayne Allman. I'm like, you played Dwayne Allman's benefit?
I mean, I was.
Like, that's insane to me, man. I mean, unless you just threw a benefit and said this is for Dwayne Allman and like send his family $40 at the end of the night or whatever. Like, I could do that maybe.
The guitar, by the way, is a 59 Gibson. Oh, yeah.
Nothing on the internet but cars and guitars I can't afford. That's all I know. Well, there's other things. But scrub your browser, folks. All right. So you got a song lined up over there, it looks like?
I haven't lined one up yet. I can. Which one should I play?
Well,
Play Butterfly. That's the name of the
Or-
album.
Okay. Or either that or a Pale Blue World. Okay, play Butterfly.
play them both at the same time. And we'll see
Backwards.
if we
can't
can
do that.
dance to that.
I could play one at a time.
Play Butterfly.
Okay, we will play Butterfly.
All right.
All right, you ready?
It's a
Here we go.
co-written song by myself and Sarah.
Yay.
Okay, here we go.
I want to be a butterfly and a free. And I want to be your Valentine. A love known for all time.
think it's supposed to repeat that much.
Oh, no, it is, man. Yeah, it just fades out on the repeat, man.
How could a brand new CD do that? It's weird.
I blame the current, present, past, and future administrations for this.
Well, it reminds me of a Star Search because, you know, the first song they played was Turnaround. It's like an 8 to 10 minute song, and they had to cut it down to 140. That's a big difference.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. It's like, that's tough, yeah.
So,
man.
maybe there was an homage to that. I don't know.
Well, there you go. So
It was the radio version. Here.
the radio edit is what we're going to
See how
call
long
that.
it skips for. I'm going to keep it
See, we got a
running.
radio.
I'll get you a different disc. Sorry about that.
That's okay. It might be the CD
You know what? I was going
player.
to say,
You
we're
never
going to
know.
go ahead and blame the CD player at this point.
It's also available on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Music, all the platforms, so you can always find it there as well.
And those don't skip
They do
Mine
not.
because
do.
they're not CDs.
I was listening to Spotify on the way and skipping like nobody's business.
I miss CDs. I miss buying, CDs.
Yeah.
And now
They're fun to
everything
hold.
is just... Yep. And you know what? If we ever lose internet service or the power grid
Right.
goes down, nobody's going to have music on Spotify anymore because it's just not
Right.
going to work. So
Did
I
they
agree.
have plastic over it and everything?
It did. Nah, like I said, it could be the CD player.
I blame the cellophane. No, I'm with you. I haven't got rid of my CDs. I still got most of my albums. I
Yep.
mean, my cassettes have gone, gone away over the years.
Yeah.
But-
Some things are just intervened and meant to be.
yeah, and just, I mean, like I actually drove past the old music exchange over in like South St. Louis about a week ago, and it's like, it still says cassettes real big on, on the market.
They're
I'm like,
making
man,
a
I love it.
comeback. Honestly, they are.
Oh, I know. It's so weird.
I have many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a couple 8-tracks.
yeah, I've
have
got
many
it.
of
My
those.
parents still have all their 8-tracks from the 70s and 80s, and they used to have a car that still played one up to a few years ago.
Nice,
It was
nice.
old. It was a 1971 Corvette, and they could stick an 8-track tape
That's
in
awesome.
in this Corvette.
I collect vinyl records, and then what happens when you do that, you also collect other
Right.
things like 8 tracks. And,
Right.
yeah, so I have a little bit of everything, and the smaller records, but mostly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have.
I'm a collector of music in general. Like when I was 16, I worked at Musicland and I never got a paycheck. I always had a stack of albums waiting for me that my paycheck could never cover, and I'd put a few albums back for next week when the paycheck. And
Do you still have those albums?
I have some of them. I've got a lot of the 45s. I probably got a couple hundred albums left. But I over the years bouncing around,
Right.
living in campers and trucks, you can't keep everything. So, but I do have like most of my CD collection that I sort of acquired in the 90s, I guess. Just other than the ones I've given, loaned out. I don't care if they come
I
back.
have like my
you know.
collection, my mom's collection, my uncle's collection,
Wow.
Paul's collection, and then I have John
Paul's
Scanlon's
listening to that right now, going, "No, you don't have mine. They're in our house, but they're still mine."
No, he gave up long ago. No, these are not questions in our day.
Oh man, whew, that got me. Poor Paul. Don't give up, Paul. Don't give up. Keep your
So-
music, man.
Original showcase every Friday night
Yes.
down at Chez Marilyn's.
Yes.
Starting back up again in June.
Or the Thursday nights.
The
Well-
Thursday nights are starting back up in
Oh,
June.
Thursdays,
The Friday
yeah.
nights are already happening
That's
and
right.
will continue through June.
Yeah, I totally screwed that up.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Thursday nights resuming in June.
Yes.
And Friday nights happening right now. Original music every Friday night down at Chez Marilyn, starting about 8 o'clock. What do we got going on this Friday night?
We got Sarah
Sarah
Shemake.
Shemake. Triple S, they call it.
They.
They.
We call it.
No,
Yeah.
they.
I think we're the only people that call it.
No,
that.
they're the ones who told me. I didn't make it up.
Triple S.
Triple S.
Coming at you at Maryland's around 8 o'clock tomorrow. Give or take a minute or two.
She's got a Monte Carlo, and it's the only triple S instead of a double S. It's not a SS Monte Carlo, it's a SSS Monte Carlo.
Yes.
We also have Trinity Ways open mic tomorrow night.
Nice. Nice. That's
That's at the
that's an early
Milton,
start.
What time
Milton
is that?
School. It starts at 6.
Okay.
It says it goes to 8:40, so they got a strict time zone.
It gets packed
that
so fast.
we
There
ought
are
to let
so
them
many,
know, yeah.
so many kids that go down there, and these kids are good, and they're all like, upper high school age and whatnot, and it books up. You can't, if you get there at like 6:30, it's booked.
Yeah.
So they're having great success down there, and and they run it tight too because so many people come. So here's your 15 minutes, get off.
Well, John and Stephanie,
Which is good,
Yeah, that's
get
kind
more
of forwarded
musicians.
information about what we're doing down at Chez, and I sent a couple people that way. We haven't talked to anybody yet. I don't think they quite made it in, but they came when Liver Jones was playing, and it was really busy on the patio.
Right.
So I think, and we were behind the band, and they just didn't have an opportunity to talk to us.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll make it back down. But yeah, Trinity's Way, 6 to 8:40 again, straight from the Triple S mouth. Be there by 6:30, or you ain't getting on the list.
And you
probably.
want to see these kids anyway. I mean, they come in pretty amazing talent. I was blown away every time I've gone.
Gabe Howard's been going down there.
Oh, nice.
That's
nice.
I've pretty much turned my entire studio over to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And he's on his way.
He's running with it.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
taking the torch and running.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
There you
Remember
go.
that little Casio keyboard I had that was like this big? He loves that thing, and he played it down there last time. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I want to talk to
Oh,
him.
yeah.
That is awesome. What else we got going on Friday night?
I mean, this Casio keyboard's like seriously that long.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember that one?
I do.
I used to
remember.
have one of
It
them.
had a sampler on it and everything. It was awesome.
The only thing going on Friday night is down at Chez.
Yeah, nothing else is
Nothing
going
Oh, there
on.
is. Yeah, there is
just
nothing else
Marilyn's
going on.
and me. That's
There
it.
it is. There.
That's it.
Yep. So
Well, the buzz
nowhere
tones.
else to go.
The buzz tones.
Well,
well,
there's a buzz about that, but I don't know if it's true.
Where are they playing?
They're playing at the Flock.
Oh, okay.
From 6 to
Well,
9.
they'll be right there. Then we'll hopefully run into them between here and there.
Well, I'm going to run into him, and I'm not insured. No, actually, I am. Thanks, Matt.
And when I see Mark over there,
Matt
tell him
Van
you're waiting for that date.
Who else we got happening?
We got Rum Boogie at the VFW,
Nice.
right? We got BC Homegrown playing at Fast
Ooh.
Eddie's. There's
Excellent.
an original band you need to have down there.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
BC
really
homegrown.
good.
Yeah, nice.
Really good.
Happy to
BC
see them
homegrown.
getting into. Happy to see that Fast Eddie's has opened the books like the mob, finally letting people come in the door. And BC Homegrown, good for them.
Yeah.
Original music at Fast Eddie's.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear it.
Now they'll probably do, because they mix it up.
Oh yeah, they'll do some covers, but they'll mix it up, a little 50-50 action. We call
Yeah.
it.
That's what we do.
I'm
Their
all for
album's
50-50.
really good. Really good album.
Yeah. And just the fact, the way that they went about it, where they were a cover band, decided to change their name, go original, and then their opening show, they sell out a 400-seat theater.
Yeah.
I like, that's a good first show. That's all I'm
Down
saying.
Belbo. Yep.
Good for them guys.
Hookie is playing
Hookie.
Friday night at Baker's and Hale.
Monster.
Go.
We heard some of those musicians on this take, didn't we?
Yeah.
But you can come see Sarah from 8 to 9, and then run down.
And then
there
right
to
on
see
down.
them
Yep.
after that.
Head right on down the road,
Oh,
man.
slide by and say hi to Mark and Mike over there at the Flock.
Lisa's got a map going.
Yeah.
Here's where you can
I mean,
see
I'll
all
provide
the
a map
music.
and everything.
That's what we do at cottonmouth.org. We just have the whole list there, and it's got links to wherever, and there's no pictures or anything you got to wait to load. You just click.
Speaking of
there it is.
CDs, and speaking of Jeff Hunter, Benediction,
Right.
which was my very first CD project. So I ordered 1,000 copies.
Right.
Okay? So I have many
Yeah.
left.
Yeah,
So I
me
think I'm
too.
going to bring those down Friday and just give them out to
Nice.
people.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's original, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a lot of those laying around too, don't we, Pigpen?
I got so many tubs full of T-shirts. I could clothe the world.
Now the last this EP that we did, we didn't order enough. We needed more actually. We're out.
Yeah. The only
And the
thing
ones we have left, skip. Apparently.
Well, we're just going to call and get a refund on those, and they can send us new ones, and then you'll be restocked.
we had to do that. I had a band who ordered some condoms, and we had to get. No, that's not true.
Oh.
Only time we ever sold out of merch. No.
I was about to say that's an interesting merch you got there. I thought I had some interesting ones. You know, I had like keychains and flasks. And stuff,
Speaking of
but-
merch, the showcased songwriter that comes down on Fridays, they can sell their merch, give out their info, give out their card, you know, do their thing,
Right.
put out a tip jar.
Sing, dance, all of it. Triple threat right there. I can sing, I can dance, and guess the weight of any baby thrown.
The
to
better
me.
you do, the more tips you make.
Oh, and the tip's my favorite part. All right. We got.
Can they do high kicks?
No.
I mean,
No.
We're going to have a high kick contest. Third week of... No, I'm just kidding.
They can do high kicks if they play Carl Douglas Kung Fu Fighting while they do it.
Paul's going to host it. And wear his outfit.
Hey, I want to say something real quick because this is going to slip my mind before we finish this. I think we've been making a wrong announcement for about 10 years now.
probably,
The Prairie Inn.
right?
We say that's in Dorsey.
I go by the address, Pigpen, because people use this stuff called GPS, and that's how you get there.
Well, it's not in Dorsey, though.
Well, you need to go talk to the Prairie Inn, because look at their Facebook page and tell me what it says.
Okay, well, I went there.
I know.
It wasn't in Dorsey. I drove all the way through Dorsey to find
Prairie
it.
Town is Dorsey. Mailing address.
Okay, mailing address.
Just like Meadowbrook. That's Bethalto.
But see, it's so odd to me because Prairie Town's 4 times as big as Dorsey.
I know.
It seems odd. It seems like it should be the other way around.
I can't change. I read
Would
what
you
is
talk to-
written on the
will you-
paper.
will you talk to the postmaster? Will you please talk to the postmaster?
No,
And-
I will not. You're the one who has postmasters on your list.
It's
So-
a really fun place to play, though.
Oh, yeah. Super
Was that?
cool.
Prairie Inn.
Oh yeah. Well, we tried to go to it the other day and couldn't park for 3 blocks.
Oh, I
wondering if
know.
I've played there.
I went in. I'm playing there July 21st with Bruce, and yeah.
Is that where... That's not where they do the Beatles Fest now.
No.
That's Warden. That's down in Warden.
It is?
Yeah, Warden does
Are
the
you
Beatles
sure?
Festival.
I think it's
all-
Prairie Town.
Everhart
I
Light
think it is right. I
Everhart
think-
Light is playing at the Beatles Fest
Yeah.
this year.
Okay. I thought
Wait a
that
minute.
was
I got
Warden.
that right here.
Okay.
Let's see if it says exactly where
I
it's
thought it was,
at. I got to find. Nope, I don't have the. It just says when I'm 64 BeatleFest.
Yeah.
There you go.
I do have the date.
That's a good fest.
such a
They
fun
give
one
you
to
free
play at.
beer and free food.
Yeah.
See, free steaks
There's like
and
a
drinks.
huge tub of beer, and you just go
They
get
take
one.
care of
And a
you.
huge tub of steaks. You just grab one.
You just grab whatever you want. I
There's
mean,
a
they're
lot
like
of bands.
it's just all
They have
free.
bands lined up all day long.
And they all play Beatles, and
Yeah.
you will hear the same Beatles song maybe 2, 3, 4 times, but it'll all be by
Not really
different
when you hear
people.
Everhart Light, though. We play some of the B-side.
the letter B side.
And we have a couple new...
Number
like,
nine,
we have
number
some new
nine.
Beatles songs that we've worked out that were not played at... We've played at 2 Beatles Fest. This will be our 3rd one. We have new ones that we haven't played at those 2, so...
September 6th.
Yes.
Mark your calendars.
Yes. In what town?
It doesn't say. I just wrote down when I'm 64
Oh, that's
BeatleFest.
fair.
We'll figure it
Somewhere
out.
between Warden and Prairie Town.
I got this off of your list. So.
Prairie Town is what I think. Oh, you got it
It's
on my
out there.
list?
Yeah, so
Right
you
on.
need to help us out.
Paul wrote that.
Blame Paul for
It says that
everything.
you're playing May 2nd. That's already passed.
Right?
All right, let's see. May 30th, Edwardsville Moose.
Yes. We love that. We love Edwardsville Moose. It's a little home of ours.
And starting Thursday, 6/5, we'll be hosting the Alton Night Market at Chez Marilyn.
There you go.
After party.
The after party.
Right? Chesterfield Amphitheater. What's that about? June 21st.
Yes. That's something that we're going to talk to Paul about. It's a buddy of his helped get us booked there. Paul has the information. I'm not going to say any more because I don't know
Okay.
all the ins and outs. But I know that he wanted like a pat on the back for that gig, and
That's a nice place.
It is. It just hasn't wrapped around my head. Now it is wrapping, and I'll go home and be nice. It's true.
Let's see, August 2nd, Hops for Heroes, Edwardsville
Yes, we
Moose.
play that every. Hey, is it? No, I have that shirt on.
Hey, I'm in Led Zeppelin too.
No, I had that shirt on. I had
Bring the rock and roll over here.
We play that one every year. We enjoy that a
I'm
whole
in
lot.
that band, and I'm in this one.
August 15th, Woodriver Moose.
Yes,
You got like a moose tour going here.
we like Moose. We like mooses.
You're playing Edwardsville Moose on August 22nd.
There's something to be said about a room full of just a warm, welcoming, and you get to know people when you play there on a regular, you know. And so it's like a get-together party. It's fun. What's not to have fun about?
I prefer water buffalo clubs.
Well, water buffaloes, it's easier to like come up with the plural. Like, what's a plural of moose?
And the band
like
gives
meese?
the
It's
band,
still
the
moose.
Everhart
Still
Live
moose?
Band
Still
gives
moose.
we have different
Not
versions.
It should be
mooses.
We have different rhythm sections, so we have like two or three at least two lineups. Well, three lineups of Everhart and band. So we have like different, subs for
Yeah.
bass and guitar.
Right. Different
so-
folks. It's a rounding.
So it's really fun because like we'll get ready for a gig and I'm like, well, who are we playing with tonight? And then he tells me, I'm like, it's like a pleasant surprise because it's like 50-50 where it's fun.
Right.
I like it a lot.
Who we playing with tonight? Oh, Peter Chris is going to sit. You've been listening to your Kiss albums, I hope.
Apparently you have been. You bring him up quite a bit tonight.
I've been dreaming about him.
I can tell.
I'm sorry, man. It's just without the makeup, he's horrible. But with the makeup, oh
Right.
yeah, I don't know. What
You
I'm
got a
saying.
solo album?
Does he?
No,
I
Peter
have.
Chris,
I
you
got all the four of their solo albums. What do you mean, man? Come on.
What he doesn't have on there are the private parties. We're really loving the private party. Anybody wants a private party, give us a call. It's our favorite kind of gig now.
I got some big ones on here. August 24th, St. Jude's Benefit in
Yes.
Edwardsville.
Yeah, we do. Mm-hmm.
And then Paul's playing solo at the Farmers Market on the 30th.
He is. Anybody that loves my husband Paul, please go down and at least listen to a song. He's going to play his own originals.
So the day after When I'm 64 BeatleFest, which is September 6th, the day after is the Granary reunion with Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You need to have Paul in to talk about that one, right?
Yeah. And then you're doing the Alton High School Class of 73 party on the 19th of September.
Those will be Paul's friends
There you go.
because it's his class or his. You're Alton High School. I'm from St. Louis. Let's not forget.
And
I'm
last
sorry.
but not least, September 30th, Livingston City Park. That's all it says.
Yes, it's and we love that gig.
Okay.
We've played that before. We played it. It's my second time, maybe third.
There you go. Lots
the
going
schedule I
on.
have?
Yeah, I was going to say a lot going on with the Everhart Light schedule there. What about the Triple S schedule?
Okay, the next time I
Lean
play
in just a wee
besides-
bit there. There
Huh?
you go. I was saying lean into the mic a
Oh,
wee bit.
sorry.
No, you're doing great there.
Okay. So besides tomorrow night at Marilyn's around 8-ish, I took a lot of the summer off. My kid has so many activities going on. I'm just nothing but a
Right.
chauffeur. And then I feel bad if I don't go to the gigs, or go to his gigs and things
Right.
he's got going on. So I don't play again until June 29th from 4 to 7 at Hummel's, and that's their Pride weekends that they're having there. And it's a really cool bar in South St. Louis called Hummel's, and I played there about 2 months ago, and we just had such a good time. And they have an amazing patio, lots of flowers everywhere, just amazing people, so I'm excited to play there again. And then I'll play July 21st at Prairie Inn with Bruce McLaughlin from Tipsy Gypsy and the Dead Roses and Set Break Sarah's and everything. Then, let's see, my August is kind of open right now, but then I'm playing the pageant in October. I'm playing October, let me see, 4th with Mama's Pride. I'll be playing in the Halo Bar, closing the show out for Mama's Pride.
Nice.
And then October 10th for Green Sky Bluegrass, I will be closing their show out too at the Halo Bar
Nice.
as well.
There you
and
go,
that's
man.
on October 10th. And I'm sure other things will pop up here and there. I'm just so slammed driving this child all over the place. I cannot wait till he starts driving. But I mean, you want to be there too. I mean, he's playing 4 different instruments at school, so that's 4 different recitals at the end of the year and things.
Yeah.
And then he's playing hockey, and so there's games. He's starting baseball now, and I mean, he's just got so much going on. So I just can't do it on the level that I used to do it. But things do pop up, and
you don't want to miss all that stuff anyway.
exactly.
You know,
I mean,
you only get one shot at that,
I've
and when
been-
it's gone, it's gone.
I've
so.
been playing gigs for 30 years now. I mean, I've got maybe 1 year, 2 years before he doesn't want me around or to hang out. So I'm going to soak this up because he does right now. So, but I'll still be out there. I'll still be writing music. Maybe I'll do some recording on my own time or something. And, I'd love to work with some other musicians to get a band going, but it's just so time consuming. And That's just something I do not have a lot of these days. But
you could take your guitar to the hockey game and just, every time there's a
Yeah.
between goals, you're just
oh
like,
yeah, in between,
multitasker.
smash him, and who wants to hear a song?
Hey, and talking about your Bruce McLaughlin on that you play your duo with, he plays the drums at the BeatleFest with us.
Yeah, he
Nice,
does.
nice.
He's a solid drummer.
He plays Ringo.
Okay.
He
Not
does a
Peter
great
Criss.
job.
Dude, Ringo was he was the coolest.
Wasn't Peter
I'll
Criss in the
announce it right
Beatles?
here. He was for a small time.
Or Pete
It was right
Best.
after Paul. I got a vinyl of
that's
Pete
Pete.
Best playing.
That's the
with
Peter we're talking about.
Yeah.
Pete Best,
I do
yeah.
got the old vinyl with Pete Best in there.
Do you
Yeah, I got the
really?
vinyl of that with Pete Best playing drums pre-Ringo days.
No kidding. I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't even know anything was recorded with Pete
Oh, yeah.
Best on it because
Yep.
it's always been the Fab Four as
Well,
with Ringo.
they tried to get them off the shelves after as quick as they could. But
You
I
have
got
the vinyl?
yeah, I've actually got the vinyls of it. Yeah, picture of
Holy
Pete Best
moly.
sitting on the front of it with all of them.
Are you trying to hold on to those, or what are you thinking?
I think he's probably hanging on to those, dude.
Talk, I want them.
I use them as coasters now. What else we got? We got anything else? We got 2 minutes.
We got
what are we
people
supposed
coming
to do?
from all over the country
Okay.
for Grafton's Bike Fest this weekend.
All right.
You can get the whole list at cottonmouth.org. There's tons of gigs. Friday,
So many.
Saturday, Sunday. Everybody's playing up there.
Every bar has a band.
A
all
couple
day.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A couple
All
bands
day.
per bar for a few days.
Yeah.
for sure. So
What else we got?
that's
Anything
happening
good?
this weekend. Yeah, the farmers market. We got Michael Hubbard playing at the farmers market. That's like an 8 a.m. gig. You ever play that one, Sarah?
I have played the Alton Farmers Market. You know what? I'm August 2nd. I'm playing the Edwardsville Farmers Market.
Okay.
I just remembered, and that's a good one. It starts at 10 a.m. And so I sing all the way to that gig. I wake up early, get to play and warm up, and then I'm usually good to go around 10.
Yeah.
But that gig is so fun, all the kids, because the kids just love the music, and they'll just sit there and dance, and the parents think it's cute. They give you a tip, and it's like this. Take a bubble machine. That is the trick, because kids love bubbles, and everybody kind of loves
I'm gonna
bubbles.
tell Paul to
Take a bubble
machine,
machine to your farmers market gigs, because that's where it's at. It will keep a crowd entertainment for hours.
I mean, even if there's not kids, if there's not, I'm gonna say, don't worry about it. If there's kids, just blow the bubbles. They'll come.
We mentioned off air, Sam 4 was going to play a solo on that track we were listening to before it started skipping.
Dang it.
He's playing this weekend.
Where's he playing?
He's playing at George's Pub and Grill in
Oh,
Jerseyville
nice.
on Saturday, and Grandpa Pagano is playing Bossa Nova. He's playing Bossa Nova.
We call him Papa.
That's what I call my Paul. I call him Papa. I call him P-A-U-P.
Grandpa Pagano.
Well, yeah, I definitely had to mention
it.
that.
Yeah, and Sam, good job to getting up there at George's. Good place, and George's, they always got good music going on up there.
You know what the big gig is up at the Biker Week? Jake's Leg.
Oh yeah, at
Jake's
the
Leg.
loading
At
dock.
the
I'm
loading
supposed
dock.
to go there with
Yeah.
a bunch of people. So
Got to mention
I
that
might
one.
have to jam into your party. I might have to show up at your party.
Show up. I don't own the place. Come on, girl.
I do. I put my name on it last time I was there.
I love music at that place. Something about it.
Well, you're sitting on the river.
Yeah, I mean, that's-
I like their
just,
stage now. They got a really nice stage.
So it's one of those putting it right out, hanging over the river. It's hard,
And you could be like right there with all the, or you could go on the outskirts of it, or even walk down to the river and still hear the music.
Yeah.
So
They got a
Beetle,
picture of me up. They won't let me in, so I just kind of hang out in the parking lot.
the band Feel,
Yes, feel
they're playing Delmar Hall.
nice. Good for
Saturday
them.
night.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Real, at Delmar Hall, nice. I was looking at their schedule and saw they were going to be in Missouri in a couple months, and was trying to work out getting them to Tyler and the boys to come on in and talk to us. I missed the Delmar Hall one. This was the week to have them. They're in town.
Feel with Hounds and Emily Wallace.
See, I'm just not very good at this job.
And Skylark Brothers are playing Daniel Boone's house.
Skylark Brothers, and that's how we kind of first came across Tyler. Really, was through
Right.
Jack Tweston.
Right.
He was Tyler was playing with the Skylark Brothers, and Jack introduced us, and all of a sudden, Field took off out of nowhere.
He's playing at Daniel Boone's house.
Yeah. in Defiance, Missouri.
I wasn't aware that was a rocking place to go hang out. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's better than Davy Crockett's house, man.
apparently
And
so.
That's tough to beat, man.
Daniel Boone's got bands. Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah, you
That's right.
Specials and everything.
1 to 4.
They got Boone's Farm on special. No, I don't know.
Our major
Comes with a free meal of squirrels. If you play that.
authentic Daniel Boone food. Today's alcohol paired with Daniel Boone's delicacies.
Squirrel brains.
And the Skylight Brother.
I'm sure there's a chef for that.
Oh man, rest in peace, Daniel Boone. Too soon? I don't know.
200 years ago.
I don't know.
Tons of stuff to do. So, yeah, everybody get out and support Halpin music. I mean, get out and support local music. And
Support Halpin music for sure. They've been supporting this for 10 years, as well as supporting the local music scene for 150 years or whatever they've been
Thank
around.
you, Halpin Music. Thank you very much.
And the sexy Matt Van Voris.
ooh, and he has nice shiny shirts,
Yeah,
half shirts too.
half shirts.
Maybe he bought them from Paul.
I think he
Crop
did.
tops are coming back. This is the summer.
Man, I wish I could remember the name. Merry-Go-Round? Isn't that where Paul got all that?
Merry-Go-Round.
Jamestown Hall merry-go-round.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they
Pulled that
wouldn't.
one
He
out of
told
my
me
hat.
that the bandmates they wouldn't have enough money to each get a shirt, so they would get like one or two and then share.
Sure, man.
They would
sure.
swap.
Well, how did
I
they
can't.
Well, I'll wear the shirt for the first 2 songs, then you wear it for the next 2 songs.
I think they meant like
That's dedication.
Gigs, you
That's
know.
great.
I had a band that did that with our boxers, you know, like we could only afford one pair,
should
but
have
you
said
know.
nothing at all. I'm just trying to give you things that you can talk about when Paul comes.
Oh, I've got so much.
Well,
to
I had
talk
a
to.
whole bunch of stuff to talk to him about, but
There you go.
he didn't make it, and I hope he
Well,
gets
that's
feeling better.
Yeah, he'll be just fine, and
He'll be fine.
he will be fine. He looks forward to sharing his stories of past, present, and future.
You ought to seen his mustache in the action.
Oh yeah,
A nice mustache.
handlebar mustache.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I'm
Now he's got a
into.
nice little ponytail.
That's what I'm into.
Soft and wavy. I like it.
Soft and wavy. That was actually the name of the band before they were Wave. It was soft and wavy. They're like, just be Wave.
Didn't wear any shirt in that band.
They wore half pants in that band. I don't know. All right. Hey, thanks for coming down, Miss Lisa Everhart,
Thank you for having us.
along with her moral support,
Hello, and thank you for having me.
Sarah Springman Shemake or Shemake, whatever. I don't know.
Shumaki, buddy.
Shemake.
Nope.
I'm like her older sister. I'm 10 years older.
Big sis over
She
here.
has to
Big
respect
sis,
me.
yeah. Respect my authority.
Come on, let's go.
Well, hey, good luck at the tomorrow night. Chez Marilyn,
you.
singer songwriter, every Friday night. Tomorrow night is Sarah Springman, and Lisa's hosting not only that, but coming back on Thursdays with Everhart and Light on Thursdays coming next month. So, hey, thanks for coming down and sharing all this information with us. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Halpin Music, Matt Van Voris, and everybody out there. Please get out and support local music and art.